My child, do not skip this message. You have been chosen to hear these words. Heaven is speaking directly to you right now, and your name has been called before the throne. The angels are whispering your story in the heavens, and this is no accident. You may think this is just a video, but it is far more. This is a divine appointment, a sacred meeting between your soul and eternity. You cannot walk away from this moment because heaven is reaching for you. Listen closely, for your ex is so furious and their anger burns hotter than fire. They discovered something that shocked them to their core, and now they cannot rest. They are restless because of you, and tormented because of what heaven revealed. They thought you were broken, and they believed your life was finished when they left. But they were wrong, so wrong, because heaven has lifted you up. God has placed his light upon you, and your ex cannot stand it. They are shaking with rage, but you must not fear. Heaven is covering you, and the angels are standing guard. Your ex thought they had destroyed you, but instead you are rising higher than ever. They believed you would cry forever, but instead heaven has filled your heart with strength. They tried to bury your name in shame, but God has written your name in glory. They left you wounded, but your scars have become shining proof of survival. Now they look at you from a distance, and they cannot believe what they see. Your light is brighter than before, and it blinds those who once mocked you. They whisper about you in secret, but heaven is speaking your name aloud. Your enemies are restless because the blessing of God has overtaken you. What they thought was your ending was only the seed of your beginning. What they called rejection, God has turned into protection. Comment, God is with me if you trust his plan for your life. They thought losing them was your downfall, but it was your release. They thought you would beg for their return, but you stood firm in faith. Now their anger is not just against you, it is against the God who raised you, because they cannot understand how you survived the storm they left you in. They see your joy and it eats at them, for they never thought you would smile again. They thought your nights would be endless tears, but God has turned your mourning into dancing. Your ex is angry because they lost control, and the chains they placed on you are shattered. They see you free, and freedom terrifies those who built your prison. They wanted you trapped in the memory of their leaving, but heaven wrote you a new chapter. They wanted you weak, but angels strengthened your spirit. They wanted you silent, but God gave you a voice. They wanted you small, but destiny has made you mighty. Your ex's anger is proof of your victory, for darkness always rages when light shines too bright. They are watching you from afar, and every step you take unsettles them, because they thought you were nothing without them, but heaven has proven them wrong. They see doors opening for you, doors they swore would remain closed, and each opportunity reminds them that God's favor is greater than their rejection. They hear your laughter echo in places they never expected, and it disturbs their spirit, for your joy is louder than the pain they caused, and your peace has silenced their power. They cannot escape the truth that the one they left behind is rising in divine purpose, and heaven has ordained your life to shine brighter than before. The angels are surrounding you now, and their wings are shielding you from harm. Every plot against you is dissolving, for no weapon formed can prosper. They curse your name in secret, but your name is being blessed in heaven's book. They rage in silence, but your spirit is clothed in peace. Do not be afraid of their anger, for their rage cannot touch the anointing upon you. Their bitterness is powerless against the oil that heaven has poured upon your head. They cannot undo the breakthrough that God has prepared. They cannot stop the blessings that are rushing toward you. Even in their anger, they are witnessing the hand of God moving on your life. For what was meant to break you has made you unshakable. What was meant to silence you has given you a greater voice. What was meant to bury you has become the soil for your growth. Type yes, Lord, if you open your heart to blessings today. Heaven is watching, and the angels are speaking your name with joy. The throne of God has declared, no one can steal what I have given. And your ex is furious because they realize this truth. They realize they no longer hold the keys to your heart, nor the power over your destiny. They realize your healing came from above and not from their empty apologies. They realize your worth is not defined by their acceptance. And this is why their anger grows, because they cannot stand the sight of your freedom. Their heart is restless, for they see that the story is no longer in their hands. Your life has been written by the author of eternity, and no man can erase the chapters. They wanted you to stay beneath them, but heaven has lifted you above. They wanted you to remain silent, but heaven has given you a song. They wanted your path to be blocked, but heaven has cleared the way before you. And now their anger burns, because every step you take proves them wrong. They replay the past in their mind, hoping to see you broken again. But every vision they hold crumbles when they see your present strength. Your peace disturbs them, for they cannot comprehend how you are not destroyed. Your smile pierces their pride, for they cannot accept that you are still standing. Every time you rise, it reminds them of the love they squandered. Every time you grow, it reminds them of the seed they abandoned. They thought you were ordinary, but now they see you were chosen. They thought you were fragile, but now they see you are unshakable. Their anger is not just at you, it is at themselves. For deep inside they know they lost what heaven had blessed, and their regret hides beneath their rage, but heaven sees it clearly. You must not turn back, for what was behind you is not worthy of your future. You must not bow to their bitterness, for your crown is too precious to lay down. You must not give your strength away, for the Spirit has made you powerful. The angels have walked beside you in the nights of tears. They saw you when you cried alone, and they carried your prayers upward. Heaven collected every tear and turned them into rivers of blessing. And now those rivers are flowing, while your ex is watching from a desert of emptiness. They are dry because they cut themselves away from your light. They are bitter because they traded love for pride. And their fury only proves that God has done what they never expected. Child of heaven, do not be shaken by their wrath. For greater is the one within you than the anger rising against you. Greater is the fire of love surrounding you than the flames of rage around them. Heaven is fighting your battles even now. The angels are moving like lightning to scatter every plan of harm, and no shadow can overtake the one who walks in the light of destiny. They hear of your success, and it stings like fire, for they never imagined you would rise. They see your steps guided by heaven, and it shakes the pride they once carried. Every blessing that touches your life reminds them of the love they threw away. Every victory you walk into is proof that God's hand is upon you. They thought they could crush your spirit, but instead your spirit became unbreakable. They thought they could silence your song, but heaven gave you a louder melody. They thought you would live in their shadow, but now they live in yours. Their anger grows because you are no longer the person they left behind. You are renewed, restored, and refined by the fire of trials. You are stronger than the storm they dragged you through. You are wiser than the lies they tried to weave around you. You are freer than the chains they hoped would still hold you. And nothing disturbs darkness more than the sight of a soul set free. Type amen if you feel God is speaking to you right now. Your ex is haunted not by your weakness, but by your strength. They are tormented not by your loss, but by your gain. They cannot understand how you are standing so tall. They cannot explain how you are glowing with peace. And so their anger grows, yet their anger is powerless, for their rage cannot break the hedge of protection around you. Their bitterness cannot pierce the shield of faith upon you. Their curses cannot cancel the blessings spoken over your name. You are guarded, surrounded, and carried by heaven's host. Every step you take is covered by angelic wings. Every breath you breathe is filled with divine life. So do not fear their fury, for it is only the noise of defeat. Do not tremble at their wrath, for it is powerless against the hand of God. The throne of heaven has declared your victory already. The scroll of your destiny has been sealed in light. No enemy can alter what heaven has written about you. No ex, no rival, No voice of hatred can rewrite your story. Your life belongs to the Eternal, and He has crowned you with glory. The angels rejoice when they see you walk forward, for you carry the mark of heaven. Even your scars shine with divine beauty, because they tell the story of survival. Even your wounds have become weapons, because they show the power of healing. And even your past has become prophecy, for it prepared you for this moment. Your ex cannot sleep in peace, for the thought of you rising keeps them awake. They replay the past, but every memory only reminds them of what they lost. They thought walking away would leave you shattered, but it left them empty instead. They believed they held the power, but heaven revealed the truth. Now they see you shining, and their spirit trembles in rage. Now they see you blessed, and their pride is wounded deeply. Your name is carried in rooms they cannot enter. Your presence is honored in places they are not invited. This is why their heart burns with anger, because the stone they rejected has become the cornerstone. The life they dismissed has become the vessel of light. They speak of you in bitterness, but even their words cannot change what God has done. They whisper lies about you, but truth always rises above the shadows. Your ex is learning that no curse can reverse a divine blessing. They are learning that no abandonment can stop destiny. They are learning that no rejection can cancel God's love. You are walking in favor, and favor cannot be hidden. You are clothed in grace, and grace cannot be denied. You are covered in glory, and glory cannot be silenced. Their anger is loud, but heaven's declaration is louder. Their rage is fierce, but God's hand is stronger. They are powerless before the King, who holds your future. They are defeated before the angels who stand guard around you. Child, do you see how heaven has turned your pain into power? Do you see how every tear became a seed of blessing? Do you see how every betrayal became the soil of your growth? This is why they are furious, because they realize they built your wings by trying to break you. They realize their rejection gave you direction. They realize their betrayal gave you breakthrough. And now they rage because they see what they cannot undo. They are angry because your healing cannot be reversed. They are bitter because your joy cannot be stolen. They are shaken because your strength cannot be denied. Their anger is proof that God has lifted you beyond their reach. Their bitterness is the sound of defeat against the plans of heaven. They wanted to see you crawl, but they are forced to watch you soar. They wanted to see you beg, but they are forced to see you blessed. They thought your story ended when they left, but heaven was only beginning to write. They thought your life was empty, but God filled you with His Spirit. They thought your future was gone, but the angels built a new path for you. Your ex is angry because they see you living in a light they cannot dim. They see you walking in a strength they cannot understand. They see you carrying a peace they cannot steal. And their fury grows, but it has no power, for your life is shielded by heaven's hand. Your path is guarded by angels on every side. Even in the silence, God is fighting for you. Even in the shadows, the Spirit is protecting you. Do not be afraid of their rage, for rage is the cry of a defeated soul. Do not tremble at their hatred, for hatred dissolves in the face of divine love. Heaven is speaking your name with favor. The throne is declaring your victory again and again. The angels are lifting their voices in songs over your destiny. And no ex, no enemy, no spirit of jealousy can stop the sound of heaven's decree. You are chosen, and chosen cannot be unchosen. You are loved, and loved cannot be unloved. You are protected, and protected cannot be exposed to harm. Your ex thought they could block your path, but your steps are ordered by God. They thought they could silence your calling, but your voice is thunder in the Spirit. They thought they could stop your blessing, but blessings overflow in your cup. Their anger rises, but it is empty against the fullness of heaven. Their rage shouts, but it is quieted by the whispers of angels around you. Their bitterness spills, but it drowns in the river of grace flowing over you. You are untouchable in the hands of the Eternal. You are unstoppable in the plan of destiny. You are unshakable in the arms of the Almighty. The rage of your ex is like smoke, rising quickly but fading into nothing. The peace of God upon you is like fire, steady, unshakable, and eternal. They shout in anger, but their voice cannot reach the heavens. You whisper a prayer, and heaven bends low to answer. They wanted to curse you, but every curse has turned into a blessing. They wanted to see you fall, but every fall became a rise. They wanted you empty, but God has made you overflow. Their anger is loud, but your silence carries more power. For heaven fights for you in the quiet. The angels move on your behalf when you are still. Every moment they rage, God is lifting you higher. Every time they plot, heaven is reversing the plan. Your ex sees this and it torments them. For no matter what they do, they cannot undo what God has done. No matter what they say, they cannot silence the truth of your blessing. No matter how they fight, they cannot win against destiny. You are chosen, and chosen ones always rise. You are beloved, and beloved ones always shine. You are covered, and covered ones always overcome. Let them rage, for their rage is powerless. Let them plot, for their plots are broken before they begin. Let them whisper, for heaven shouts louder than their lies. Their anger is a sign of your breakthrough. Their jealousy is a sign of your promotion. Their bitterness is a sign of your healing. Child of heaven, rejoice, for even their wrath is proof of your victory. They are angry because they see you standing in the place they never thought you'd reach. They are bitter because they know they no longer have the power to define you. They are furious because you are free. And freedom is the greatest revenge against chains. Freedom is the loudest answer to betrayal. Freedom is the testimony that you are unshakable. They thought leaving you would destroy your spirit, but instead it awakened your destiny. They thought rejecting you would end your story, but it only opened heaven's scroll for your future. Every step you take forward burns in their heart like fire. Every blessing that reaches your hands reminds them of what they lost. They are angry because they see you becoming what they never believed you could be. They are bitter because the light of God shines on you brighter than ever before. Their rage is the echo of their regret, though they will never say it aloud. Their fury is the mask that covers the truth they cannot face. They are angry because you are healed, and they thought your wounds would never close. They are angry because you are rising, and they thought you would remain broken. They are angry because you are smiling, and they thought joy would never return to you. Child, their anger is powerless, for heaven is your shield. Their rage cannot cross the boundary set by the Almighty. Their bitterness cannot pierce the wall of angels that surround you. You are guarded more than you know, and protected more than you feel. Even when you sleep, heaven watches. Even when you are silent, angels sing your name. Even when you doubt, God's promise does not change. This is why your ex cannot rest, because you are covered in a glory they cannot touch. They are restless because you are chosen, and chosen cannot be stolen. They are furious because you are favored, and favor cannot be revoked. They are shaken because you are unstoppable, and unstoppable cannot be bound. Do not look back to their rage, for your eyes must remain forward. Do not bow to their fury, for your crown is too precious to lay down. Do not fear their bitterness, for your spirit is stronger than their wrath. Your ex has become a mirror of regret, but you are a mirror of grace. They reflect anger, but you reflect healing. They reflect jealousy, but you reflect destiny. And while they rage in the shadows, you will shine in the light. They thought they could define your worth, but heaven wrote your value in eternal ink. They thought they could silence your voice, but your prayers shook the heavens. They thought they could break your heart forever, but your heart is beating with new life. They thought they could take away your future, but God placed your future in His hands. Their anger burns hotter the more they see you glow. Their bitterness grows deeper the more they hear your name honored. They look at you and cannot recognize the person you've become. For you are no longer the one they left. You are stronger, brighter, chosen. You are walking in the power of heaven, and it unsettles them. You are standing in the light of God's glory, and it blinds them. Your ex is furious because they see what they threw away. They see the treasure they did not value. They see the blessing they could not keep. And though their rage is loud, it is empty. For rage cannot stop destiny. Fury cannot block favor. Hatred cannot erase the love of heaven. Your ex is learning this truth, that no human hand can undo what God has ordained. They are watching doors open for you, doors they never thought you would enter. They are seeing opportunities bloom around you, blessings they never imagined would be yours. And it leaves them trembling because they cannot control it. They cannot touch what heaven has released. They cannot reverse what God has spoken. You are walking in freedom, and freedom cannot be chained. You are living in grace, and grace cannot be stolen. You are shining in glory, and glory cannot be dimmed. Their anger proves their defeat. Their rage proves your victory. Their fury proves your healing. And even now, heaven is smiling over you. The angels are singing your name, for they know your destiny is secure. The throne is declaring, "This one is mine, forever covered, forever blessed." They thought you were finished, but you have only just begun. They thought your story ended in pain, but God has written new chapters of joy. Their rage grows each time they see you standing tall. Their bitterness deepens each time they hear your laughter. They tried to bury you, but they did not know you were a seed. They tried to silence you, but they did not know you carried a song. They tried to bind you, but they did not know you had wings. And now, as you rise, they cannot comprehend how you survived. They see your healing, and it unsettles them. They see your strength, and it convicts them. They see your blessing, and it angers them, because everything they thought they destroyed is flourishing in your life. Everything they believed would remain broken has been restored. Everything they meant for harm has been turned to good. Heaven has lifted you up, and no one can pull you down. Heaven has crowned you with favor, and no one can strip it away. Heaven has filled you with peace, and no one can steal it. This is why they are restless, because you are untouchable in God's hands. This is why they are furious, because you are unstoppable in God's plan. This is why they are bitter, because you are unshakable in God's love. Child, let their anger burn, for it cannot consume you. Let their bitterness flow, for it cannot reach you. Let their rage shout, for it cannot silence you. You are protected by the Almighty. You are guarded by angels on every side. You are carried by the Spirit wherever you go. Their fury is small compared to the greatness of your destiny. Their hatred is weak compared to the strength of your calling. Their wrath is empty compared to the fullness of your blessing. Do not look back at what they lost, for your eyes must remain fixed on what you are gaining. Do not tremble at what they say, for their words fall powerless before heaven's decree. Do not doubt what you carry, for you are chosen, and heaven does not choose in vain. The angels rejoice at your resilience, for they know how far you've come. The heavens celebrate your healing, for they know how much you endured. The throne declares your victory, for it was written before time began. And though your ex is angry, their anger cannot rewrite your story. Though they are furious, their fury cannot remove your crown. Though they are bitter, their bitterness cannot steal your joy. They thought their absence would leave you empty, but their absence only made space for God's presence. They thought their silence would crush you, but their silence only taught you to hear heaven's whisper. They thought their betrayal would break you, but their betrayal only revealed your unshakable spirit. They thought their rejection would end you, but their rejection became your redirection. Now they watch you stand where they never believed you'd stand. Now they see you shine with a light they cannot extinguish. Their anger grows because they cannot control what heaven controls. Their fury burns because they cannot take back what they let go. They are angry at your peace, for peace is what they do not have. They are angry at your healing, for healing is what they cannot reach. They are angry at your blessing, for blessing is what they cannot touch. And still, child, Their anger has no power over you, for heaven is greater than their wrath. The Eternal is stronger than their schemes. The angels around you are fiercer than their hatred. Even if they plot against you, the plot will collapse. Even if they speak against you, their words will fall to the ground. Even if they rise against you, they will stumble and fall. For you are chosen, and chosen ones cannot be defeated. You are marked, and marked ones cannot be erased. You are sealed, and sealed ones cannot be stolen. Their anger is a shadow, but you are clothed in light. Their bitterness is a storm, but you are anchored in peace. Their rage is a fire, but you are surrounded by living water. The angels rejoice at your strength, for they saw your nights of pain. Heaven celebrates your courage, for it was forged in the fire of trial. The throne declares your victory, for it was written before you were born. And no human hand, no no enemy, no spirit of jealousy can undo what God has spoken. So lift your head high, child of heaven. Do not tremble at their wrath, for it is powerless noise. Do not fear their hatred, for it cannot touch the crown on your head. Do not doubt your worth, for heaven has stamped you with eternal value. They believed you would chase after them, but instead you chose to chase after God. They believed you would live beneath their shadow, but instead you stepped into the light of heaven. Now their pride is shattered, for they see you standing tall without them. Now their ego is crushed, for they see you shining brighter than ever before. Their anger is not only about you, it is about themselves. They cannot forgive themselves for letting you go. They cannot accept that what they despised is now celebrated. They cannot bear to see what they abandoned become blessed. So they rage, but their rage is hollow. So they shout, but their words echo back empty. So they curse, but every curse turns into a blessing on your head. You are untouchable, for heaven shields you. You are unstoppable, for destiny carries you. You are unbreakable, for love sustains you. Even when they wish harm, angels block the path. Even when they send jealousy, heaven turns it into fuel. Even when they plot in secret, the Eternal laughs and scatters their plans. Do not look back at their anger, child, for forward is where your promise waits. Do not turn toward their bitterness, for your crown is ahead, not behind. Do not give weight to their words, for their voice is nothing compared to the voice of God. Your ex sees the new doors opening for you, and it unsettles their soul. Your ex hears of the blessings falling upon you, and it burns their pride. Your ex knows they cannot stop what heaven has already begun. That is why they are angry, because their power over you is gone. They no longer hold the keys to your peace. They no longer hold the chains to your heart. They no longer hold the voice that defines your worth. For you belong to God, and God alone defines you. You are chosen, and chosen cannot be undone. You are sealed, and sealed cannot be broken. You are loved, and loved cannot be reversed. Heaven is watching over you even now. The angels are standing like flames around your life. And the throne is declaring, "This one is mine, forever mine." So let them rage, for their rage is the evidence of your rising. Let them plot, for their plotting is the proof of your power. Let them curse, for their curses will water the garden of your blessing. You are untouchable, child, because you are written in heaven's book. You are unstoppable, child, because you are carried in heaven's plan. You are unshakable, child, because you are loved with heaven's love. They see the glow upon your face, and it unsettles their heart. They feel the strength in your steps, and it shakes their pride. They thought your spirit would be crushed, but your spirit has soared. They thought your hope would die, but your hope has multiplied. Now every blessing that comes to you feels like a wound to them. Now every open door for you feels like a closed door for them. They cannot handle the sight of your freedom, because they still live in chains. They cannot bear the weight of your joy, because they dwell in sorrow. They are furious because you escaped what was meant to trap you. They are angry because you found peace where they expected chaos. They are bitter because you are loved by heaven, while their heart is empty. And still their anger cannot touch you, for heaven has placed a hedge of light around your life. The angels walk with you wherever you go. Every step you take is marked with divine protection. Every breath you breathe is covered by God's grace. Every word you speak is filled with heaven's authority. Their wrath may roar like thunder, but your peace roars louder. Their hatred may burn like fire, but your love burns brighter. Their bitterness may flood like water, but your blessing overflows beyond it. Child, your ex is angry because they see you thriving. They are angry because they see you smiling. They are angry because they see you blessed. But their anger is a sign that God's promise is real. Their fury is proof that you are walking in victory. Their rage is the evidence that you are covered in light. Do not be moved by their emotions, for emotions fade. Do not be shaken by their threats, for threats fall empty. Do not be troubled by their schemes, for schemes collapse at heaven's command. You belong to the Eternal, and your life is hidden in His hand. No enemy can pluck you from His palm. No ex can erase you from His book. No anger can undo the love that crowns you. So rise, child, rise in strength. So walk, child, walk in light. So sing, child, sing in victory. For heaven is on your side, and nothing can stand against you.